I've been thinking a lot about my thought process and the way I go about things and why I do things the way I do them. What I've come to realize is that I've built certain habits throughout the course of my life that I do not like and that I need to break. And in order to break those habits, I have to take little steps every day. Hopefully that causes a snowball effect to build big results that I would love to see bear fruit in the future. You know, habits like you not realizing that you used to come home from school and instead of, picking up your homework, or if you played sports, going outside and dribbling the basketball or dribbling the soccer ball or throwing around the football or running sprints or whatever would have made you better in that sport or in that activity. Maybe you're artsy and drawing for a couple hours or whatever would have made you better in that thing that you loved doing. You didn't do that. I would come home and I would play video games, and I would eat junk food and watch TV and things like that. And I'll do that for 5-6 hours, until it's time for me to go to sleep. And that's all cool, when you're a child. But then you get older, you go to college and you'll start doing some of these things. And then you'll realize these aren't good for me. I'm starting to feel sick. I'm starting to get a little overweight. I'm starting to not have energy. I'm seeing people my age do really awesome things that I would like to do, at least in my own way, or do things and, in my lane or in my avenue that I've always wanted to do, but I'm not taking the right steps. I don't have the right habits. I don't have the right routine. My routine, my safe place isn't the most positive. It isn't the most forward moving place. It's more like a shell, where I'm kind of hiding from responsibilities and I'm just comfortable being away from the things that I'm supposed to do. I'm kind of cowering from those things because it's a little bit more uncomfortable. It's a little more awkward, and it's a lot easier just to sit down and play 2K for 4 hours, 5 hours, after work and just be content with that, but I've come to realize, especially at the beginning of this year, I've been trying to put into practice, in order for me to get to the places that I want to go, that I need to go, I have to I have to take these small steps, I have to try, I have to move forward every single day. And I've told myself that I'm comfortable with the idea of not being able to give 100% every single day. No one can give, well, I'm not going to say no one, but I don't think I can give 100% to anything every single day. If I want to work out, one day I might be able to give 100%. And then the next day, you know what, forget it. I'm going to give 100% this day too. And the next time I'm like, fuck it, 3 days in a row, 100%. The fourth day, I'm like, man, I'm tired. So usually what I would do in the past is 0%. I'm like, okay, instead of doing something, I'm going to just do nothing. I'm going to take a rest day. And then the fifth day, I'm like, I'm still kind of tired and I'm gonna just take another rest day. And then the 6th day is well, I already ain't do 2 days. I don't feel like getting back in the gym now. And then next thing you know, you're not going to the gym anymore. So what I've come to realize, I think it's better for me. I think it's more sustainable. Day 1, I give 100%. Day 2, maybe I can't give 100%, but damn it, I gave 80. Day 3, okay, today was a little bit tough, so I gave 60%. And then the next day I'm like, I feel a little bit better. I'm back up to 80. And then the next day I'm like, I feel good about what I did. I'm back. I'm at 90. And then the next day I might give 85. And then the next day after that I might give 100. And then the day after that I might give 25. But every single day I'm giving something. There's no days where it's nothing. In some way, form, or fashion, in all the avenues in my life, whether that's editing a video, that's recording a video, that's exercising, that's getting better personally, whatever it might be, I'm doing something. I'm trying in some way, form, or fashion to get to the place where I need to go. Because one thing I hate more than anything is looking at the end of the year and looking back at the things that I did and being like, man, I did not do enough. And one thing I refuse to let myself do is in 15 years down the line, look back at myself and say, man, I just didn't try hard enough, bro. And that's not going to be me. In some way, form, or fashion, I'm going to accomplish the things that I've always wanted to accomplish. The image of myself that I've had of myself in my brain since I was a little child, I'm gonna have that. Like, I'm gonna be that in some form or fashion. And that only comes through hard work. Like, that can't be given to me. No matter how much God loves me, no matter how much the universe might love you, it's not gonna be given. You have to earn it. You have to fight for it in some way every day. That's the only way things can be accomplished. Once you get this in your head, and once you realize that you have to focus on yourself before it's too late, I feel like you'll be a lot happier with yourself and you'll be able to live with your results. And when I say live with your results, yes, we might do things every single day, and you might do a whole bunch of work, more work than the next person. And maybe that person gets what you've always wanted. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be mad at the effort that you put in. And I feel like if you're not mad at the effort that you put in, you're happy at the work that you put in, you can't really be mad at your results, because it resulted in you being a harder working person. It resulting in you getting better in your field. And maybe your reward down the line is going to be greater than you ever imagined. Or maybe it won't be. I don't know. You can't tell the future, but you can't do it for that. You have to do it for your own self-satisfaction. You have to be your own self-motivation. You have to pull the inspiration from within and push yourself forward. Because if you're looking for it from outside avenues and outside lanes, you'll never be happy. You'll never be satisfied. You'll never get anything accomplished, just because that's really just not the way life works. No one feels inspiration every single day. The creator of Dragon Ball Z, rest in peace, because he just passed away recently, I'm sure he did not feel like drawing Goku every single day. There's some days when I'm sure he's like, oh, I got this really good idea for what I want Goku to look like. And then some days he's like, man, I do not want to look at another Dragon Ball Z panel ever again. But he had a vision for the things that he wanted to accomplish. So even the days where his hands were tired and his brain was, mentally he was just exhausted, he still had to do something. Even if it was just drawing one strand of hair. I have to commit some sort of action to get myself closer to this goal every single day. So with that being said, going forward, I want to everybody that could be seeing this, but really for myself, to be more intentional with the things that you're doing with your day. To be more intentional when you're actually going forward and doing the things that you want to do. Really be in the moment and focus and learn and grow and get better and always take those steps forward. Those small steps every day are going to add up eventually. They're going to add up. That's how life works. You know what I mean? That's just how life works. They're going to add up. If you walk a mile every single day, at the end of the year, you have walked 365 miles, but if you're like, you know what, I'm going to go 365 miles this year, and the first month you try to go for 100, and let's just say you go for 100 in the first month and you're exhausted and you don't do another, you don't walk another step, the rest of the year, you just lay in bed all year. You might have did great that one month, but the other 11, you did nothing. So I feel like it's better to pace yourself, go slow, keep trying, be methodical, be intentional, and eventually you will get to where you want to go. But it's only if you're willing to be consistent and if you're willing to put the work in. Honestly, I feel like it's that simple. Only time will tell what benefits you'll reap from that. But at the end of the day, no one can say you didn't try. That's just me. That's just my thought process. This is what helps me push forward. This is what helps me go forward. And nothing's going to stop me from doing what I want to do, and being what I want to be. Because ultimately, that's up to me. Whether I'm proud of myself or not at the end of the day, that's all internal. So I got to just put the work in. I got to just keep trying so I can be the person that I've always wanted to be. That's what life is all about. There's power, there's power in all of this. And every step that you take, there is power, there is traction. So move forward. That's all we can do. Flashback, quick thoughts. You would think this would be my best take, but it might be my worst. We'll just have to see.